morning students, welcome to my channel. पिले माने आज गोटे इंपोर्टेंट टिप्स तुम मानक एग्जाम पई दबा को जाउची एवं इंपोर्टेंट शॉर्ट नोट्स जहा फर्स्ट चैप्टर रे अछि ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन। ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन रो इंपोर्टेंट शॉर्ट नोट्स जो गुडा के परीक्षा रे बारंबार आसुची सेही शॉर्ट नोट्स विषय रे आज आलोचना करिबा एवं आई विल आल्सो टोल्ड यू रिगार्डिंग scoring of marks in your CHSE examination. So let us come to the short notes. एवं आउ आ विषय रे तमे इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्ट गुडी को जानिबा को हेले मोर पीडीएफ तमे सजेशन बॉक्स को जाई कि डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स को जाई कि मोर पीडीएफ को तमे डाउनलोड करि परिबो बेटर मन रखिबा पई ताले मु ताहा शेषरे पुणी तमको उतर मन पके देबी एवं आज हम देखिबा all the important short notes that come in your examination of that first chapter. The first one is accessory glands of human male reproductive system. Students, previously I have already told you in my previous video, in my first video, about that accessory glands of male reproductive system. So there are three types of accessory glands that are present in male reproductive system, and first one is seminal vesicle. It is a paired gland and secretes major bulk of semen, which includes that prostaglandin, vitamin C, fructose, mucus. So it contributes about 60% of total semen. Second one is milky white secretion secreted by a single gland, that is prostate gland, which also maintains the pH of that semen and prevent from the acidic medium of that vaginal fluid. And the third one is Cowper's gland. It is also a paired gland. It is a small pea-sized gland, lubricating in action its secretion. So this is all about that male accessory glands. Then second one is seminiferous tubule. So dear students, the seminiferous tubule is the structural and functional unit of testis. As it produces, it does the important function, that is, it produces spermatozoa. So seminiferous tubules are 75 centimeter long, highly coiled tubules that are present within the testicular lobe. It is the functional unit of testis. Externally, it is bounded by a layer of membrane that is called as tunica propria. Just below that tunica propria, germinal epithelium is present. And among germinal epithelium, some larger cells are present, Sertoli cell, and the germinal epithelium undergo repeated mitotic division to produce spermatozoa. That is why it is called as functional unit of testis. Then next one is Sertoli cell. पिले माने टिकिए पूर्व मु seminiferous tubule कहउथिली. Among germinal epithelium of that seminiferous tubule, some larger cells are present. They are called as Sertoli cell or sustentacular cell or sperm nurse cell. पिले माने sperm nurse cell इथि पई कह जाउची. It contains glycogen to nourish the developing spermatozoa. ये खाद्य जो होउची sperm को तेणु ताको कह जाउची sperm nurse cell. And it secretes important secretions like that of inhibin, which inhibits the secretion of FSH, ABP, androgen binding protein, which concentrate testosterone within seminiferous tubule. So these are two important secretions. And AMH, anti-Mullerian hormone. That anti-Mullerian hormone suppresses or prevent the Mullerian duct in male embryo. Next one is Graphian follicle. पिले माने प्रीवियस वीडियो रे मध्ये हम कहितली फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम रे एवं oogenesis रे the enlarged follicle that encloses a secondary oocyte, that is called as Graphian follicle, as it was first observed by Ranger D. Graff. Graphian follicle encloses that secondary oocyte, but it is a structure which covered by an outer membrane that is called as tunica externa. Just below that tunica externa, another layer is present that is called as tunica interna, and below the tunica interna, granulosa cell layer present called as membrane granulosa, which encloses a cavity that is called as antrum, and it is filled with a fluid called as liquor follicule. So, membrane granulosa, by enclosing that secondary oocyte, bulges towards the antrum to form a structure called as discus proligerus. So, dear students, it is believed that theca interna secretes the hormone estrogen. So, that secondary oocyte is also bounded by membranes. Elaborately taha mu describe karichi mor previous video re. Pile mane next leading cell. Some glandular cells present at the interstitial space of testes. Pile mane testis bhitar to aneko gudiye seminiferous tubule अछि rounded structure. ei rounded structure गुड़िक मध्य किछि glandular cell अछि जो सेल गुड़ा को कहा जाउछि interstitial space रे थिबारु ताको कहा जाउछि interstitial cell. It is also called as leading cell. It is important glandular cell एथि पई कहा जाउछि as it secretes the hormone testosterone which bring about development of a secondary sex character and also help in spermatogenesis. So leading cells are stimulated by LH of anterior pituitary. पिले माने एटा होछ गोटे गोनाडोट्रोपिक हार्मोन पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड रा anterior lobe रो सिक्रेशन होछि एक्ट करूछि काहा ऊपर लीडिंग सेल ऊपर सेहि पई LH को मध्य कहा जाउछि interstitial cell stimulating hormone as it stimulates that leading cell or interstitial cells. So its important function is to secrete that hormone testosterone, the male androgenic hormone. Next one is corpus luteum. It is very interesting and important one as it appears more and more time in your previous CHS exams. So corpus luteum ताहले पिले माने काहा को कहंती after rupturing that ovarian wall graphian follicle releases the secondary oocyte. पिले माने secondary oocyte को release करे दला graphian follicle ovarian wall को rupture करे के एवं फिम्बरी ताको कैच करा enter करेला ostium दे के oviduct मध्यम. So after release of that secondary oocyte, the remaining ovarian follicles, the remaining follicular mass of that graphian follicle, they convert into yellowish mass. It is called as corpus luteum. It is a temporary endocrine gland and it secretes hormone like progesterone and estrogen. As you know, progesterone is otherwise called as a pregnancy hormone and promote pregnancy. If fertilization will not occur, that graphian follicle regresses to form non-endocrine structure that is called as corpus albicans. Next one is epididymis. It is very easy to answer and it is also another important short note in male reproductive system. It is a 6 to 7 meter long highly coiled tubule lies behind the testis. It is differentiated into three regions. The part of epididymis arises from vasa efferentia called as caput epididymis. The middle narrow part is called as corpus epididymis and the last part from where vas difference arises it is called as cauda epididymis as it resembles to that of shape of a tail. So epididymis perform important functions like that of it increases sperm motility, it increases fertilization power of sperm and it is the primary storehouse of spermatozoa. So its secretion bring about motility of sperm, increases fertilization power. पिले माने क्वेश्चन मध्ये हम कहितली if sperm enter into the female genital tract without any rest in epididymis can it fertilize the egg एवं तार उत्तर थिला जे नाही because of these functions performed by the secretion of that epididymis. Next one is blood testis barrier. Students, it is very important. What is blood testis barrier? पिले माने blood and testis barrier माने प्रतिबंधक. So the structural and functional unity of testis is seminiferous, and among germinal epithelium some larger cells are present. They are called as Sertoli cells. So Sertoli cells prevent the mixing of blood along with that spermatozoa. पिले माने काहे कि ये prevent करूची? As you know, sperms are immunogenic. If it will mixed with that blood, then it produces antibody which can destroy that spermatozoa. That is why Sertoli cell plays an important role and do not allow to mix with blood and other components of blood along with that spermatozoa. That is called as blood testis barrier. That is Sertoli cell form the barrier and do not allow that spermatozoa to mix with the bloodstream. Then next one is cryptorchidism. It is also very easy and important one. If after development of testis within the abdominal cavity, it will not descend into the scrotal sac. If it fail to descend into the scrotal sac, that condition is called as cryptorchidism. And cryptorchidism is one of the important reason of that male infertility. If testis remain within the abdominal cavity, then that environment is not suitable for production of spermatozoa. ताले पिले माने cryptorchidism रे सर्जिकली टेस्टिस को पुणी आउ थरे स्क्रोटम भीतर को नै जाई हुए एवं सर्जरी हिला तार गोटी मात्र ट्रीटमेंट ताको कहते cryptorchidism जदि टेस्टिस abdominal cavity भीतर रहि छ. Then placenta. पिले माने placenta is the intimate association. It is a structure which form intimate association between mother and fetus for exchange of materials. ताले माठारु किछि important material fetus पाखु जाउचे एवं fetus थारे तयारी होथिबा unused substances, excretory substances, they are eliminated from fetus to that of maternal blood. ताले जो structure intimate associate करूची mother और fetus को ताकु कहगला placenta. Placenta starts its formation from 7th day of fertilization. Fertilization रो 7 दिन पर तयारी आरंभ है and fully formed 10th week of gestation. अर्थात 2.5 मास बेला को gestation period रो placenta has completely formed. It is formed by extension of that chorion in the form of villi-like structure and embedded into the uterine wall. Placenta is formed of 3 layers of tissue derived from maternal side, another 3 layers of tissue that derived from foetal side. पिले माने maternal side रो जो 3 layer tissue आसुची सेही 3 layer tissue हैला uterine epithelium, uterine connective and endothelium of maternal blood vessel. एवं fetus पाखरु जो 3 layer आसुची chorionic epithelium, chorionic connective and endothelium of foetal blood vessel. किंतु mother पाखरु आसुथिबा 3 layer tissue get eroded by the trophoblast cells and blood vessels get ruptured. So human placenta bath on blood, that is why the placenta is called as hemochorial placenta. Hem meaning hela blood evam chorion form that placenta and float on that blood of mother, that is why it is called as hemochorial placenta. पिले माने placenta रो function भी अछि फंक्शंस ऑफ प्लासेंटा बारंबार ताहा परीक्षा रे पढ़ी आउ थे तुमको मन पकई दउची प्लासेंटा इट इज ए टेम्पोरारी एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड आज इट सिक्रेट्स इंपोर्टेंट हार्मोन्स पांच प्रकार हार्मोन सिक्रेशन करूची प्रोजेस्टेरोन एस्ट्रोजेन रिलैक्सिन पुणी सिक्रेशन करूची एचपीएल ह्यूमन प्लासेंटाल लैक्टोजेन एवं इंपोर्टेंट हार्मोन सिक्रेटेड फ्रॉम प्लासेंटा दैट इज ह्यूमन कोरियोनिक गोनाडोट्रोपिन आउ प्लासेंटार फंक्शन कौन एक्सचेंज मटेरियल्स इट इज सप्लाई ऑक्सीजन वाटर न्यूट्रिएंट फ्रॉम मदर to that of fetus. It exchanges that waste materials from fetal blood into maternal blood. So these are the important functions of that placenta. जदि क्वेश्चन ऐसे ताहे लिखि परिबो पिले माने नेक्स्ट वन इज umbilical cord. It is a cord that present in between that connect in between placenta and fetus. पिले माने टिके पूर्व कहले द इंटीमेट एसोसिएशन फॉर्म इन बिटवीन मदर एंड फीटस दैट इज प्लासेंटा एवं गैसियस एक्सचेंज पाई प्लासेंटा एवं फीटस भितरे गोटे कॉर्ड कनेक्ट करूची दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड व्हिच इज फॉर्म्ड अप टू अम्बिलिकल आर्टरीज एंड वन अम्बिलिकल वेन सो अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड represents its presence after birth of a baby in the form of navel जोटा को हमें नारी बोली की कहूँ नेक्स्ट वन इज स्क्रोटम पिले माने स्क्रोटम इज ए लार्ज सैक लाइक स्ट्रक्चर arises from lower abdominal cavity lies in between two legs internally it is divided into two scrotal sacs by septum scroti. The external demarcation of septum scroti is called as raphe. It houses a pair of testes and its wall is made of dartos muscle which contracts during summer, winter and expand during summer. Also another muscle is present, cremaster muscle, which help in this contraction and relaxation. It is one of the important point to be remembered. So dear students, the next one is gestation period. Gestation period कहे the period that spent by the fetus starting from that fertilization till parturation. ताले fertilization to parturation पर्यंत जतिक समय fetus कटेइला mother's uterus that period is called as gestation period or it is otherwise called as pregnancy. The gestation period in case of human being is about 40 weeks or 280 days. It may be plus minus 10. So से पिले मैंने कहते 9 मास 10 दिन बोली 280 days बोली. And these 280 days of gestation period is divided into 3 trimesters. पिले माने गोटे ट्राइमेस्टर होची 3 मास. ताले फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर, सेकंड ट्राइमेस्टर एंड थर्ड ट्राइमेस्टर. इन फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर एते एलाबोरेटली तो हमें लिखि परिबानी जस्ट 2 to 3 sentences. तेणु हमें कहना important structures and organ systems are formed in first trimester. Second trimester, body is covered by hair and hair appears on head. Eyelid separates towards the end of that second trimester. And third trimester respiratory system complete हवा सहित maximum weight gain by the fetus. So it may be almost double to that of body weight. So maximum growth occurs in third trimester, then parturition occurs. Next one is significance of cleavage. First of all, the definition of cleavage. पिले माने cleavage क्या है कहती? हमें पढ़ी थे fertilization पर जाइगोट तैयारी हला जाइगोट टा unicellular but diploid किंतु fetus embryo these are multicellular. So unicellular structure get converted into a multicellular body by repeated mitotic division. So the segmentation of that fertilized egg or zygote to form a multicellular embryo is called as cleavage. Actually cleavage definition hochi the repeated division of that fertilized egg into number of blastomeres कारण से सेल गुड़ाक blastomer बोली कहती blastular cell ताले what is the significance of that cleavage ताले cleavage गोटे unicellular zygote को गोटे multicellular embryo रे परिणत करूची cleavage also help to proceed at a ratio of 1:550 एठे जदि आमे देखिबा ताले न्यूक्लियोसाइटोप्लाज्मिक रेशियो को 1:550 रे परिणत करूची it is a rapid division and bring about morphogenetic movement so that a definite structure of that fetus has formed only because of that cleavage. So these are the significance of that cleavage. Next one is parturition. पिले माने scientific term used for baby birth is called as parturition but delivery मध्य ताको कहि परिबा. So parturition occurs after completion of gestation period. During parturition it is stimulated, the uterus is stimulated by a hormone named as oxytocin which is secreted from the posterior lobe of pituitary. So oxytocin bring about a series of contraction of wave which passed from anterior part of uterus, that is from fundus towards the cervix. It is also otherwise called as a labor pain. So by induction of that labor pain, fetal ejection reflex eject that baby and ready for delivery. If head turns towards the cervix, then easy childbirth occurs. It is scientifically called as parturition. Then lactation. After parturition, it is the event in human development. After parturition, the young one, the neonate, is nourished by, the infant is nourished by the mother's mammary gland, that is called as lactation. Provide nutrition to that of baby after birth, called as lactation, and it also occurs by reflex action called as lactational reflex. Onset until the baby suckle that mammary nipple of mammary gland, then only milk ejected into its mouth. Milk produced in mammary gland by that prolactin secreted from anterior pituitary, and oxytocin help in ejection of that milk into the mouth of a baby. Unless until it will not be secreted from the posterior lobe, milk will not be ejected. Jodi ba milk tiyari heithibo, it remain present in ampulla and cannot be ejected. Seithi pai pile mane padhaila bele koe class re je jodi जो गाईर बाछुरी मरी जाउची से गाई क्षीर दबा बंद कर दउची एवं क्षीर दबा पई हेले आ गोटे बाछुरी के हमें ता पाखरे लेके लगेबा पड़ुची. So it bring about to stimuli which is naturally caused by oxytocin by suckling of the baby. Next one is the significance of fertilization. पिले माने fertilization हवा जो zygote तयारी होची, diploid zygote तयारी है. Zygote unicellular but diploid and maintains the chromosome number from generation after generation. Parent and offspring रा हमें chromosome देखिले दीटा जकर chromosome को maintain करोची. So 2n number of chromosome is maintained by fertilization. So fertilization bring about formation of that zygote. Chromosome number को maintain करोची. Fertilization bring about the egg fruitful कारण fertilization न है fertilization समय रे egg रा second maturation division complete होची. So it makes the egg fruitful. पिले माने next one is extra embryonic membrane. पिले माने embryo को बाद देले embryo itself is protected by a membrane but some additional membranes that protect the embryo, they are called as extra embryonic membranes. In case of human being, there are 4 numbers of extra-embryonic membranes are present. The outer one is called as chorion. Next, which is surrounded by the embryo, that is called as amnion. And from the gut of embryo, a large sac-like structure arises, that is called as yolk sac. And just nearer to that of yolk sac, another small sac-like structure, that is called as alunlus. So there are 4 different types of extra-embryonic membrane. पिलेमाने आउ जदि एमानकर लेयर कोथिरे तयारी ताहा जानिबाको हेले हमर नेक्स्ट वीडियो रे ताहा जणे किंतु शॉर्ट नोट पई एतिकी लिखले नै तापर आसिला फंक्शन ऑफ योग जेनेसिस रे रिपीटेडली कहिछि इट इज वन ऑफ द इंपोर्टेंट शॉर्ट नोट फंक्शन ऑफ योग प्रथमे पिलेमाने योग काहको कहिबा द रिजर्व फूड मटेरियल दैट प्रेजेंट विदिन द एग is called as yolk. So yolk provide growth and development, provide nourishment to that of a developing embryo. Yolk also determines the plane of cleavage. Third important point is yolk amount of yolk can determine whether the development will be direct or indirect. पिलेमाने जो मानकर yolk कम से मानकर indirect development. एक्सेप्शन इज ह्यूमन मनीष मानकर एक एलएसी था किंतु डेवलपमेंट डायरेक्ट कौनसी लार्वा है बिकॉज ऑफ दैट यूटेराइन मिल्क सिक्रेटेड फ्रॉम यूटेरस व्हिच नरिशेस टू दैट ऑफ डेवलपिंग एम्ब्रियो टिल फॉर्मेशन ऑफ प्लासेंटा. नेक्स्ट वन इज एसेक्सरी ग्लैंड्स ऑफ फीमेल. पिले माने फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम रा एसेक्सरी ग्लैंड गुडी को ऑलरेडी मु तुम माननकु पढ़ी सारी तथापि मन रख एसेक्सरी ग्लैंड दैट प्रेजेंट इन फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम इज मामारी ग्लैंड and Bartholin's gland. Important 2 glands. Bartholin's glands are 2 bean-shaped structure, bean-shaped gland that present along the sides of vaginal wall. It is homologous to that of Cowper's gland as it is secretes lubricating secretions. And mammary gland is there, a pair of mammary gland present in thoracic region which provide nourishment during lactation. Next one is uterus. It is otherwise called as mother's womb. So, uterus houses that developing embryo till parturition. So, that state is called as a pregnancy. Uterus is an inverted pear-shaped structure. The anterior dome-shaped structure is called as fundus, middle wider is called as corpus, and lower constricted part is called as cervix. The wall of the uterus formed of 3 layers. Outer layer is called as perimetrium, inner muscular layer is called as myometrium, and inner thickened layer, glandular layer is called as endometrium. Middle myometrium, inner endometrium, and outer perimetrium. तापरे next है oviduct. It is otherwise called as a Mullerian duct. It is otherwise also called as a fallopian tube. A long tube that arises from either side of uterus from its fundus extend towards the ovary, that is called as oviduct, which is divided into 3 regions. The part that approaches to ovary is called as infundibulum. Middle wider part is called as ampulla, and the part that arises from uterus is called as isthmus. So, fundus is the wider part, and also it is projected with numerous finger-like projections, that is called as fimbriae, which peak that egg and enter into the fallopian tube through the ostium. The inner wall is made of ciliated epithelium which sweeps that egg towards the ampulla for the process of fertilization. Next one is hormonal control of spermatogenesis. पिले माने hormone plays an important role in spermatogenesis. Hormonal control of spermatogenesis कहले how hormone affect to that of spermatogenesis. The hypothalamus secretes that gonadotropin releasing hormone which stimulates the anterior lobe of pituitary and secretes that gonadotropin FSH and LH. FSH act upon Sertoli cell and LH act upon that leading cell for the secretion of testosterone, which contribute a lot for the formation of spermatozoa, and Sertoli cells stimulated by that follicle stimulating hormone, and it help in nourishment of spermatozoa. Next one is hormonal control of oogenesis. Same process. Gonadotropin releasing hormone secreted from hypothalamus stimulates anterior lobe of pituitary for secretion of FSH and LH. FSH help in development of ovarian follicle and LH bring about the secondary sexual character as well as it stimulates corpus luteum for secretion of progesterone to maintain the pregnancy. And last but not least, menstrual cycle. The reproductive cycle that exhibited by female after its puberty, that is called as menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle also can be defined as the periodic discharge of unfertilized egg, debris endometrium, ruptured uterine wall at an average interval of 28 days in a reproductive phase of a female, that is called as menstrual cycle, as it occurs cyclic order, in cyclic order, and the time period is 28 days, so it occurs in every alternate 28 days, and it is further divided into 4 phases. First phase starting from that day 1 to day 6, that is called as menstrual phase. Day 5, 1 to 5 menstrual period. Second phase is called as proliferative phase, 6 to 13. The midday of menstrual cycle, that is 14th day, it is called as ovulatory phase. And the last phase starting from day 15 to 28, it is called as luteal phase. Then this is all about the important short notes that come in your exams. So dear students, I am going to declare the names who scored maximum marks in that previous examination, and the names are, those are the securing 10 marks. I am going to read out these names. Devi Prasad, 10 out of 10. M.K. Jena, 10 out of 10. Pragya Paramita, 10 out of 10. Lakshmi Priya Behera, Nirupama Samantray, then Rajeshwari Sahu, Rojalini Jani, Sonali Raut, Hemant Kumar, Sasmita Tripathi, Smriti Ranjan Nayak, Mona Lisa Subudhi, then Rudra Prasad Mishra, Soumya Sri Behera, Aditya Sahu, Abhilipsa. So these students is scoring 10 out of 10. So once again, congratulations to all of you, and those students are scoring 9 out of 10. There are so many names, so try to score 10 to 10, then your name will be also declared in my next video. So dear students, I will give some important tips in my next video. So go to the suggestion description box and download the PDF, which has already mentioned in my video. So thanking you hope you must know about these important short notes. So, dear students, please subscribe my channel and like it so that I will be encouraged and I will make so many videos regarding zoology and share it more and more. Best of luck. Thank you.